Welcome to this recon for the Zwift Racing League Race 4. We're in Yorkshire and it's the epic punchy tour of Tewit well course this week. 2 laps, 21.8 kilometers. Riders are going to be all over the road for this one, chasing those finish line points. Let's get in to this week's recon. Yes, indeed, it's the second scratch race of this season so far, and keeping in theme with this season, it's a punchy, hilly course, and not many opportunities here to sit in the draft and take in the beautiful Yorkshire scenery. Well, let's get on with the recon. As always, the recon notes are going to be available over on levelvelo.cc. While you're there, why not check out some of the awesome indoor cycling clothing that Level Velo have to offer, whether that's indoor shorts or indoor cycling jerseys. Maybe you want custom jerseys and shorts for your team, then the team at Level Velo can certainly help with that. In terms of recon rides this week, I know I normally mention this at the end of the video, however, a little bit of a special one this time. I'm going to be riding myself a recon on Saturday evening, 6 PM UK time, with Team BL13. So come and join that. I've left a link down in the description. Come along to the ride on this beautiful Yorkshire course. Ask any questions you want while we're riding around, and myself or the members of Team BL13 who will also be on the ride, and I look forward to seeing you there. Okay, power ups this week, it's feathers and anvils this time around. So the feather, of course, is going to reduce your weight by 10%, and this is a 30-second power up. Really useful on this course, whether you're trying to make breaks, stretch out the group, or just trying to desperately hang on to wheels and close gaps, which is what you'll see I was trying to do on this particular course recon as well. So it's a tough course. There are 2 major climbs to think about here. You've got the Yorkshire Com Reverse, and then you've got the Pot Bank climb, which pitches up to 20% in places as well. So those are the 2 climbs to watch out for. The second power up, of course, is the anvil. The anvil, of course, is going to increase your weight and is only 15 seconds. Again, closing gaps, making breaks on those descents could be really useful. No need to worry about the anvil anymore, because any gradient less than 1.5, it's ineffective and won't have a negative impact on your ride either. So it's feathers and anvils on this particular course, which I think is right given the lumpy nature. All right, so in terms of bike choice, the Tron, if you've got it, of course, the Zwift concept bike would be a good choice. If not, something like the Scott Addict RC, good all-rounder, good climber, paired with the Envy SES 7.8, I think it is, will probably be a good choice. That's certainly what I chose when I rode the recon on this particular course as well. So that would be the bike choice. Right, that's the power-ups. That's the bike choice. You know where to find the recon notes. Let's get in the pen. Let's get on course. Let's take a look. So don't forget, as we sat in the pens, you can find these recon notes over at levelvelo.cc. So we're going to leave the pens here, take a left, and don't be fooled by this short descent, because very quickly at 0.6, we're going to take this left-hand turn and start the first climb of the day. This is the Yorkshire Com Reverse, 1.4 kilometers long. Although there are no segment points, no fastest through, no first across the line, it is a scratch race. I do expect riders to be pushing the pace pretty early, trying to drop some riders and stretch out that group. So again, as you go through this first banner over the top of this climb, there's no points, but you will be picking up a power up, and that will be the feather or the anvil. So if you do pick up a feather, just hold on to that for one of the other climbs which is coming up later on, particularly the Pot Bank climb. I would think about saving that feather, because it really does pitch up and that feather will help on that particular climb. If you've got an anvil, again, immediately after this climb, if you want to make a break or you're just trying to close gaps, then think about utilizing that anvil here. All right, so at kilometer 3.3, you are going to come to another draggy climb. This is going to go on for a kilometer, so we'll finish at 4.3 on lap 1. And again, I do expect riders to continue pushing the pace here if they can, and just trying to reduce those numbers in that front group. I think every climb on this particular race is going to be critical, because in relative terms for A and B, this is a relatively short race here at 21.8 kilometers. Then we're going to head towards Pot Bank climb. Notice as you come into the climb, here's a little bit of descent, so you can get a little bit of momentum as you build into this little climb, and then it kicks round to the left. This climb is going to start at kilometer 5.5 on the first lap, and it ends at kilometer 6.3. As you take that left turn there, it pitches up to 21%, and then it remains in double figures and high double figures for quite some time until you get to that 6.3 kilometer mark. Push the pace here. Don't push it too strong too early, because you might end up getting dropped just like I did, but hopefully you're a little bit fitter than I am at this moment in time as well. Once you got over top of this climb, this is the time to take a look around. What riders, what groups are around you? Do you need to just close a gap to get to a bigger group in front? Is it worth just sitting up if you're on your own, waiting for a group behind? But take stock of the riders and the spacing around you at this point, because you've got a reasonably long, flat but draggy section as we head back towards Harrogate and then starting lap 2. Just be cautious as we head back towards Harrogate that you have got this little section here at kilometer 8.1 to 8.6 on the first lap where the road does drag up a little bit. This is also worth taking point, because again, I've seen riders on the finishing last lap. This is where moves can be made, because again, it's not long after this 400 meters draggy section where we start to take that left turn and you'll have the finish line in sight. So the finish line, here it is, kilometer 10.7, and that would conclude lap 1. Of course, then we move on to the second and final lap, and it's rinse and repeat. Those climbs will be pushed hard, no doubt. The groups will probably be much smaller at this stage, but I still expect riders early on lap 2 to try and push the pace and reduce those groups even further. Be really conscious on that last lap of that final drag, which is going to come at kilometer 19 to 19.5. The finish line, remember, coming at kilometer 21.6 on this course. So that's it. That is Yorkshire. That is the Tour of Tewit. Well, an epic, punchy 21.6 kilometers. Don't forget, you can find all the recon notes over at levelvelo.cc. Don't forget, if you don't already, like and subscribe this video. Maybe leave a comment as well. You wouldn't believe it really helps this channel and this video out an absolute ton, and I really appreciate it. Don't forget also to come and join me and the team at BL13 on that recon ride Saturday afternoon. What else do you want to do? Or Saturday evening, should I say. What else is there to do on a Saturday evening but come and have a chat, ask some questions, and enjoy a beautiful ride around Yorkshire. Have a great week's training, and I'll see you soon for another Zwift Racing League recon.